So hi guys, today I'm going to answer all the activities in chapter 11. So first, let's find activity in chapter 11. Let's find the first activity. So yeah, the first activity in chapter 11 is in page 11.2.1.4. This activity is entitled Security Threats and Vulnerabilities. So let's answer this one. So it is activity part 1. So I think it has figure 2. So yeah. Um, First, I'm going to read the instructions. So in the instruction, it says here that read the security threats and vulnerability scenarios. Drag each scenario to its corresponding type of security threat. So we have here sending a virus to reformat a hard drive, altering data records, preventing legal users from accessing data services, stealing scientific research reports, and other and so on. So this we have 8 scenarios. I think we're going to drag that in the information thief, identity thief, data loss manipulation, disruption of service. So for the information, I think it for the information, it breaking into computer to obtain confidential informations. And for the identity thief, it is to destroy or alter data no, for the data loss, it is to destroy or alter the data records. For the identity thief, it is a form of information theft where personal information is stolen. It's for the identity thief. For the disruption of service, for the disruption of service, it's preventing legitimate user from accessing services. So that's all I know in the identity thief, information thief, data loss manipulation, disruption of services. So now I'm going to drag which of this scenario it belongs. So for you to see the scenarios. So for the sending a virus to reformat a hard drive, sending a virus to reformat a hard drive. So I think it's data loss manipulation. For altering data records from the world itself, so altering data records, so I think it's data loss or manipulation. So for stealing a company's user database, so from the word itself, it's stealing the company's user database, so it's information theft. And other preventing legal users from accessing data services. So preventing data legal users from accessing, so it's disruption of service. Overloading a work to keep user out, so it's also disruption of service. So stealing scientific research report, so again it's stealing, so scientific research report, so it's information thief. Next is impersonating someone to obtain, so we only have identity, but impersonating someone to obtain credit, it's obviously identity thief because impersonating someone to obtain that credit. So making illegal online purchase, so it's also identity thief. So let's see if it's correct. So yeah, it's says, so it's correct. So now let's answer the figure 2. So for the figure 2, again going to read the security management. I'm reading the instructions. So read the security management practice, drag each management practice to the appropriate security management type. So like what I did on the figure 1, going to drag again on the hardware, electrical, maintenance, and environmental. So um for the environmental, um obviously it is related to the environment, of course. So think it's this control temperature of humidity because of the control temperature of humidity, of course, on the world. And next is create positive airflow. So it's for environmental. And next is label critical cables and components. Label critical. So I think main label critical cables and components. So it's for the maintenance. And next one is ins- um lock up devices prevent unauthorized access. So it lock up and up devices. So of course it's hardware, of course. And use security cameras, so it's hardware. And install UPS system. Install, so it's electrical. UPS system. Um, Install redundant power supply. So again, it's installed. So it's electrical. And for the last one, control access to console for. So it's maintenance. So let's check if it's correct. So yeah, it's correct. Now I'm going to find another activity. So let's find another activity. So the next activity is in page 11.2.2.5, activity entitled Types of Attack. So the instruction, it says here that determine the types of security attacks, describe drug each security attack type of its scenario. Again, it has scenario. So security attack scenario first. So think I'm going to choose between the worm access virus, Trojan horse, reconnaissance, and denial of service. So the first scenario in security attack, a computer is used as a print service for ACME Incorporated. In the IT staff failed to apply security update to this computer to over 60 days. Now the print server is operating slowly and sending a high amount of malicious packet to the NIC. So computer is used as a print service too for ACM in the IT staff failed to. So so I think it's weird because it makes the print service operating slowly. Be- like sending, yeah, like what it's sending a high amount of malicious packets of, so it's weird, I think. Yeah. And Sharon, an IT intern of ACME Incorporated, okay, noticed some strange packet while revising the security logs generated by the firewall. A handful of IP addresses on the internet were sending malformed packets to several different IP addresses at several different random port number inside ACME. So, notice some strange packet also sending. It's reconnaissance. So let's check if so it's correct. Now it has figure 2 and 3. So for figure 2 again, I'm going to drag which scenario it's belong. The type of security attack that described. So Jeremiah was browsing the internet from his personal computer when a random website offered a free program to clean his system. After downloading and running the executable, the operating system crashed. Crucial operating system related files had been corrupted, and Jeremiah's computer required a full disk format and operating system reinstallation. So it's personal. After downloading a running and executable, the operating system crashed. So after downloading, the operating system crashed. So it's of course virus because of it could after downloading. Maybe he get that from the app that he download or image or other. So Ariana found a flash drive lying on the pavement of a mall parking lot. She asked aloud but couldn't find the owner. She decided to keep it and plug it on her to her laptop, only to find two folder. Feeling curious, Ariana opened a few photos before formatting the flash drive for her own use. Afterwards, Ariana noticed that her laptop camera was active. So, because of that, so it's a Trojan horse. So let's check if it's correct. So yeah, it's correct. For the next one is again another scenario. Angela, an IT staff member of ACME Incorporation, noticed that communication with the company's web server is very slow. After investigating, she determined that the cause of the slow response is due to a computer of the internet sending a very large number of malformed web requests to the ACME server. So I think slow slow response. So I think it's the denial of service because of the slow response. So George needed to share a video with a coworker because of the large size of video file. He decided to run a simple FTP server on his workstation to serve this video file to his coworker. To make things easier, George created an account with a simple password file and provided it to his coworker on Friday. Without the proper security measure or a strong password, and the IT staff wasn't surprised to learn on Monday that George's workstation had been compromised and was trying to upload work-related documents to the internet. So, created an account with a simple password provided coworker without a proper security measure. So I think it's access. So let's check. So yeah, it's correct. Now I'm going to find another activity. So the other activity is in page 11.3.4.5 titled Show Commands. So the instruction here says read the show command scenario, drag each show command to field next to the appropriate scenario. So again, it has show command scenario. So I'm going to drag that. The first one is you suspect there is a problem with the current switch configuration. You want to see the save configuration so that you can compare it to the current running. So save the configuration. So I think it's show startup config because of this current switch configuration. Next one is you are on a call with the Cisco Technology Assistance personnel. They ask you for the switch iOS name, RAM and VRAM and flash available. They also ask for the hexadecimal boot location. As for the iOS, so I think because they ask for the switch iOS name and other, it's the show version. So for the third one, you are running the IEGRP routing protocol and need to know the update interval and what active interfaces and networks are being advised by your routing protocol. So for the word routing, I think it show IP route. So next one is you cannot get to the internet. You need to find out if your router has path to the internet and which protocol are being used to provide the paths. So which protocol being used? So I think it's show IP protocol. So to the next one, your network documentation really needs to be updated. A quick listing of the IP address of your routers is in relation to their MAC address. Would you help finish the task for recording purpose? So I think it show ARP. For the last one, we have only left the show IP in breadth, but let's read scenario. A switch is the closest intermediate devices to you. It has 24 ports. You want to see a simple list of ports being used, their status, and the VLAN IP address of the switch. You want to see a simple list of ports being used. So of course it show in brief. So let's check. So yeah, it's correct. Again, let's find another activity. So for the other activity in page 11.4.1.4 entitled Order the Troubleshooting Step. So step. So instruction, drag each step to the field next to its appropriate description. So we have step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's, so I think appropriate description. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think for the first step, I think it's first to identify the problem. So let's put the step 1 here. So I think for the second one, I think it's test the theory to determine the cause, I think. Or no. I think it's establish a theory to probably causes. So I think this is the second one. So test the theory to determine causes. So I think it is the third one. Establish a plan of action to resolve the problem. After the cause, think to resolve the problem. So I think it's 4. The documenting. So I think the last is documenting because of it has outcomes, findings, action, and outcomes. So I think for the fifth one, it's verifying full system functionality and implementive preventive measures. So document findings, action, and outcomes. So I think it's the last one. So let's check if it's correct. So yeah, it's correct. So let's check if there's any activity that left in chapter 11. So I think that's the last one. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you learn on how I answer this activity. So thank you guys for watching.